Check for Lice is the title of the latest installment of Ezekiel Kralen's story about the two little dogs. And it begins, email correspondent July 9th and 10th, subject, I believe him, date July 9th. Deke finally showed up to collect the angels, 11 p.m. He was only stopping by for that, but before he departed, I gave him a pat on the shoulder and said, whether or not they actually evicted you, I commend you for giving it your best shot. No, it's for reals, he replied. They don't allow speakers, and they said my room is a total wreck. It's unlivable. Well, they're doing it wrong, even though I understand the restrictions they demand, because they deal with so many difficult people. You're probably the best person they've ever had, and I'm sorry it turned out that way. You just have too many possessions, and if they allowed it for you, they'd have to allow it for everybody else, and the place would become totally unmanageable. Anyway, he was in an excellent temper, not at all upset. So upon leaving, which was barely 3 minutes after he arrived with me and the mongrels waiting outside, because I saw him coming from across the street, he thanked me very much and I told him, God bless and happy trails, and don't forget tomorrow's my shopping day, so I won't be home till 2 or 3. So yeah, he was evicted, because not willing to give up what items he highly values. I surely can't blame him for that. Things will work out for the best, I'm sure, even better than best, and we won't have long to wait. Subject, I just called the cops on Scooter. Date, July 10th, a half hour after midnight. Around 20 minutes ago, I heard some angry bellowing outside, then 2 loud crashes. I looked out the window to see Scooter, angry as fuck, and it was obvious he's the one who smashed over the trash bins. Then all was quiet again, but some minutes later, Deke called to me from across the street where he stood with overburdened cart and the 2 pups. Hey, you got my tablet, he hollered. Turns out I forgot to return it to him because he forgot to ask. So I stepped outside waiting for him to cross the street and then handed him the tablet and warned him about Scooter. He's on a rampage, all juiced up on meth and vodka, I guess. See those bins knocked over? He did that just a few minutes ago, so best stay away from the idiot. It's Carlson's fault for bringing him to this building in the first place. Who's Carlson? He queried. That bow-legged old fart who dresses like a hippie, I replied. Oh, those 2, he blurted. They're not meth heads, they're crackheads, he added, as if meth has a saving grace by comparison. Just at that moment, Scooter suddenly appeared and started to cuss me out. Stay away, I ordered, while Deke swerved around toward Castro Street to get away. I followed behind in an attempt to unlock the gate, but Deke's cart blocked me, because so close to the gate to avoid the bin nearby, and Scooter started to run toward me. So I dashed a few yards up to the Hohokam entry, where an employee was standing with smartphone in hand. He may have just dialed 911. Seeing he was outnumbered, Scooter proceeded rapidly beyond myself and Deke toward Castro. He then turned back around in my direction, passed by Deke and pups, who were barking like crazy, and I buzzed the gate and got inside. As I climbed the stairs, I heard him screaming at me. These workers at Hohokam don't put up with such shit, and some are pretty big dudes, by the way, so one of them, the fellow I stood beside, after seeing the mess Scooter made, rushed up Market Street to track him down. I saw this from my window and then called 911. I told him what went down, gave a good description, and I'm now waiting for the cops to arrive. Can you believe all this crap in just one day? I hope Deke is all right, because Scooter wound up going back toward Castro Street as well. Glob, I just want to relax and get a good night's sleep. Come to think of it, I haven't seen fucked up Carlson in months. Yet Scooter has been loitering around my building almost every day these past 2 weeks. I'll tell the police about Carlson's association with the scary fool. Maybe they'll knock on his door. Does he even live there anymore? Geez. Subject, latest email from my attorney, date July 10th, late morning. She just responded to the post I sent her on Friday when I informed her my rent check for July has also been cashed by a blah-blah realty. Her reply, great, that is fantastic. I'm going to send you a check in the amount of $1.10, which is the remaining balance of the trust account. I will also send you a closing letter for both cases soon. So I just posted back, what a relief. Thank you for all the excellent work you do in assisting the vulnerable. It has been quite an adventure for me. I met some extraordinary folks along the way, far more gain than loss. Latest email from my attorney, date July 10th, early afternoon. Watson wrote, nice. I replied, "Thank you. I'm going to celebrate with my $1.10 reimbursement. What should I spend it on? Any ideas?" Latest email from my attorney, date July 10th afternoon. Watson wrote, "An amoebicide." I replied, "If that came right off the top of my head, I'd check for lice." To be continued.